Hello and welcome. Coast Corner. I think this is episode I want to say 23, 24. I think now.
24.
Yeah,
I
somewhere
want to
around
say
there.
24. 23 or 24. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. Um,
We'll find out once the video's up.
of course, because I never make a mistake when I number videos. uh, anyway, I'm joined by the Imperator.
I'm nobody.
Great. He plays Kairo Zetsuo. I'm also joined by
Mm.
Javier.
Hello.
He plays Don the Bean Jibby Jambo Jr. and sometimes Something Wong. And soon to be also
And
Cyber
sometimes,
Ninja. If you get hands on
and
the
sometimes,
robot
just
body.
sometimes,
Sometimes.
sometimes, he's a gay priest.
Of course. Can't forget the gay priest. Uh, and then also, Kyle's here.
Say hi, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, I'm not doing that bit again.
Uh, so yeah, Kyle plays Nox. So yeah, last time on Dragon Ball Z, you guys continued your mission to take out Mr. Whitford, the executive for Hermes, that was recently caught hiring outside mercenary help to spy on his own employees, and that led to a couple of almost data breaches, particularly via Xenocorp's agent, Mr. Potts, who suffered the wrath of the group's boss as punishment for his intrusion. So the group went to Mr. Whitford's mansion under orders to assassinate him, with some information in hand about his security detail, his personal equipment, the dead man's chip in his brain to alert the paramedics to his demise. And they arrived to the mansion to find it abandoned and empty. The security had been deactivated already. The cars had been turned off. Most of his personal belongings had been already moved out. The group decided to look around. They didn't find much of use, so they rugged? They robbed him. I combined mugged and robbed, and that's an odd combination. Uh, so yes, they
See, it's a
burglarized his
good
home.
thing. It's a very good thing that we dropped all the stuff off before we
Yeah.
went to Little Tokyo.
Yes. So they got in the crime car with all their stolen goods, and they returned to their home to drop the goods off. Then they went to follow the tracking devices in Mr. Whitford's cars that Hermes had access to, and
Hmm.
discovered that it was a small park in the middle of Little Tokyo with a walled compound, traditional Japanese style domiciles inside, guarded by 6 or 7 armored mercenaries who were later discovered to have been Rakai agents. And as the group investigated this and waited around for their information to come through, they were attacked by a Rakai cyber ninja drone. Nearly avoided death, one of Nox's overpowered abilities that has since been nerfed. Ever so slightly, it's still pretty good, but has since been nerfed. Um, so yeah, uh, you guys domed the robot, took him out before he could do much more damage. He did, however, pop the 2 tires on the right side of the crime car, so that's gonna take like $500 to repair, but chump change at this point. And yeah, and then we left off where you guys had hacked the front door of the walled compound and were preparing to storm the place.
And then I believe Cairo had a nice little chat with the people inside.
Yes, short and
Well,
sweet.
not so much a chat, but me telling them that they messed up. Um, that reminds me. Uh, oh, I knew what I was gonna say. So I was gonna say, Knox, you should probably get a pit crew out here to replace those tires, and I can forward the payment to them because $500, that's chump change. Um, and let's all, get ready and face this gate together.
Alrighty. Does anybody else want to do anything beforehand?
Oh
Or
yeah,
do anything different?
cause I took the swords. That's right.
Yes, you guys have like all of the Cyber Ninja's equipment. So you have all of his 4 katanas that he had on his person.
I have 2 swords on me. How ironic that we're storming a Japanese place and Cairo is part Japanese.
Tell you, just make it a Kill Bill scene. They'll respect it. They got swords.
They do have swords, all the guards. They have their rifles, they have pistols, and they have their swords.
We'll call a ceasefire and swords only. Knives only.
Knives only, 1v1.
Technically, Cairo can go General Grievous with this.
Yeah, dual wield. Well, you don't have the dual wield chip, so you would get like penalties to using 2 swords at once, but you could. Bonus can use 2 swords at once without a penalty.
I mean, hey, if I slash once with one hand, don't slash with that same hand, and then slash with another hand. Kind of hard to mess up there, Chief.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was gonna say I could out my stun batons and just keep them in my arms. So I could technically stun slash.
True. You could, tase and then stab.
I think that's what Cairo's gonna do to ready up. Is he's gonna put the guns away, hope they keep it honorable and out the 2 swords and then and have the 2 stun batons come out from under my arms, but I'm gonna keep them attached to my arms so that I can just.
Alrighty. What are the rest of you going to do?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's do this melee only. Let's do this completely melee with as little use of guns as possible.
Yeah, only if they were that willing to do that.
Hey, you know what? Kara's part Japanese.
Of course, they'd listen to a guy that has a party member that just one-tapped their invisible cyber ninja and be like,
You know what? We're fighting on the same plane. Think of it more like that.
I'm gonna shoot everyone, Cairo.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm gonna go at this melee.
Don't get yourself killed.
No promises.
Alright,
So before we do this, before we like open the gate and everything, Kara's gonna kind of open the jaws in his mask and put a glow stick in his mouth, and then close the jaws.
Okay.
Take a very long inhale, and then breathe the smoke out so that the smoke comes out the nose of the mask.
Okay, you do so.
Yeah, and I mean I'm ready.
Yeah, Bonus is going to draw his katana, and he's going to have one of his deagles in his other hand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna head for cover with my EMs on.
Alright, so I did, there's like a detail about the EM vision that I did forget to mention. You can only see through 1 foot of material, so you wouldn't have been able to see like the whole sewer system last time, but you would have been able to tell it was there anyway, so it wouldn't have really made much difference. But in terms of the actual compound, you can't see through the wall. There are wires in the wall, but you can't see through it.
I'm assuming with like the sewer system, I'm assuming you can get like vague shapes out.
Yeah, because
like,
the wires
like
don't run that far under the street. It's like a couple of inches under the asphalt. So yeah, he would have been able to tell that it was there anyway. It wouldn't have really made that big a difference.
But you wouldn't have been able to like see details inside the sewer system.
Yeah. And you can't see like into the compound with it. You can only see the wires that run through the metal walls and stuff.
Well, yeah, but I'm assuming we're already in the compound.
No, we're outside right now.
Not already in the compound. We haven't opened the gate yet. So now we just need to open the gate. I'm just waiting on everybody to get in position.
Yeah, I'll just cut open the gate.
No, I already hacked it. I can open it.
You have control over the gate.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Oyd, are you going to do anything, or?
No, actually, I think it's about time I just left the job, you know?
Sick. Okay.
I was gonna make that joke earlier. I'd be like, you know what? Knox gonna go at the laundromat store and get a futon real quick. Just knock out.
No, you're just describing what you want to do IRL, bro.
Did you just say go to the laundromat store, get a futon, and knock out?
Go to the laundromat store. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Pray to
I
God
don't
that
think
they're
that's how
washing the.
laundromats work.
Yeah, but that's like the only story I remembered. Besides like the pizzeria and the noodle shop and the other
So are
shop
you
that's
just
not
are you
named.
just are you just not gonna take part in this?
No, I am. I
Oh,
was,
okay.
I was making a joke.
Okay. So I guess if nobody else has any other preparations, then you know you're all prepared. I mean, I would assume that not you're going to take cover like behind like the wall or whatever near the entrance
Near
and
the. Yeah, so when it opens, I look in.
yeah,
I
I see
mean,
you're
if I
behind
can't
cover.
see, through buildings, the
Well,
whole.
you can peek your eyes around the gate.
Yeah,
Not.
it's not like
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, I. It's like It's like having thermal vision on, and you always see the enemy, except it's blinding.
Just a quick uh update. What do I have on me?
you have
Apparently,
your pistols and your swords and your thermite charges. All those, unless those are in the car still, but
do I have the SMG still?
I think you said you wanted to bring
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I should have it on me.
it. Yeah,
Man, if only I'd brought that sniper with smoke rounds.
yeah. See, Mr. Oyd,
Um,
where are you
but
going to
hey, that's neither here
stand
nor
for
there.
this?
Hmm.
Where are you going to stand to prepare? You're just gonna stand right up out in the open, T posing on the ninjas inside, or are you just gonna take cover or keep
Well,
maintain your
as much
disguise
as
and
I would like to T-pose, to assert dominance, I think for now, maintaining the disguise uh, and the ruse that I'm not a part of what's about to go down is
You're
probably
an
a play.
NPC.
Yeah, I am a nameless NPC.
okay. So Wade keeps his disguise up. So yeah, in that case, everybody is prepared. Bonus is standing next to Kara, by the way, just out in the open because, Bonus is prepared to die, so he doesn't care.
Don't worry, Ong's standing there with us.
Okay.
He's the heavy fire support.
Gets crunked by EM rounds.
I mean, these guys don't have. Well, these guys don't have those different troops do.
It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's open that gate.
All right. So you open the gate, and it slides to the side, behind the wall, and you see the same open plaza that you had seen through the Hermes spy drone that's still overhead. And yeah, there's a big fountain in the center of the yard, surrounded by 6 of those armed uh, Ronin troops, mercenaries, the armored mercenaries. And there's a 7th man who is standing next to them. Well, not next to them, but in front of them, in front of the fountain. Let me find the fountain description. I have to go all the way up on my document because I have so many enemy types and vehicles on here. This is this one. Let's see, the fountain. It is a depiction of a triumphant samurai thrusting his sword into the air, standing atop a slain foe. And the fountain, the water from the fountain, is leaking from the corpse's wounds into like the basin at the bottom, the square basin.
Hmm.
Pretty metal. But yeah, so the I can provide the artwork for the officers. his title is actually just like a normal samurai. Let me do that in this chat. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one. And I scroll up. Here we go. Here we go.
Ah, I see. I don't see any guns on him, so hey.
He's a pistol. He's a pistol, but he's so all the dudes have their rifles drawn and aimed at the gate where you guys are. The officer has a pistol. Well, I guess technically it's an SMG. It's like a Mac 11, a better quality than yours is, by the way, but it's like a Mac 11 basically. And they're all aimed directly at you guys.
So Cairo's gonna put on his translator and in Japanese loudly announce. Well, actually, Cairo probably wouldn't need a translator.
You're not bilingual, so yes, you would.
Oh, I would? Oh, okay. Well, I know he knows how to speak Egyptian, and that much I know. But Cairo would put on the translator then and say, are you guys gonna do this honorably, or is that like cowards?
Interesting. Interesting query. I think. Make me okay. What exactly do you say? Is that what you say to them?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna continue with, look at us. We have melee weapons. We have our swords. So why don't you do the same? Defend your honor. Or die like a coward.
Nox is crying internally.
I'm
Should I
contemplating.
do a
Tempted.
charisma check?
Yeah, do it at a -1 though, because these guys.
At a -1?
Yeah, because they do just
Or a
kind of want to murder
disadvantage?
you. No, -1.
Okay.
They do kind of want to murder you, but also they are still honorable. So.
That's an 8.
Okay. So you know say that in Japanese to the mercenaries, to the soldiers, and the officer kind of lowers his SMG, but the rest of the guards keep their guns up, and he's like, the officer would call back to you in Japanese, something along the lines of like, you're here for the white guy, basically. like asking like you're here for him, right? You know.
We are. We're trying to bring him out of the country because we believe that people are coming here to take his life. I'm defending this bit to the grave.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to make a check to see how much the Rakai like Mr. Whitford, and if they're willing to turn on him, basically.
Well, it's not
Not
like
very
we're here to
much.
kill him.
You are. So
But
they got
they don't know
too,
that.
so
Yeah, but they also don't care.
Yeah.
They already got his money.
Yeah, they're getting paid to do this, so they don't really care either way. So the officer, they rolled a 2, by the way, for their relationship, so pretty poor. So the officer, he kind of looks around, like looks over his shoulder, and he whispers something in Japanese to his friend that you can't hear, like you can't make out. And one of the guards moves off, and he goes into the big house that's across the plaza from you guys. But the rest of the goons keep their guns trained on you. And the officer's like, Mr. Whitford is an unruly guest, so we will give you a deal. And he's like,
Let's hear it.
to maintain our honor, you fight our champion, and if you win, we give you Whitford. If you lose, you die.
All right. Let's do it. I'll put my swords on my back and bow to them.
Damn, bro.
get shot right there.
Bang! No.
Oh, I'm showing honor.
Yeah. Now I need to decide how much I want to mess with you guys. So I have some options.
Well, no.
Hey, as far as I know,
Well, while you're
God.
deciding that, I have to ask, John, are we doing it again?
What do you mean?
Who's going to fight
The last
the
time you had a
the
duel.
champion?
You guys had a champion fight before?
We was a boxing match before.
Oh!
They
Oh!
pumped him full of drugs.
Oh! Yes, absolutely.
Look at- well,
100%.
If you do that, then I'm going to just hit you with the big. With the
No,
big guns, man.
actually, you know what? No. I want to do this on my own. I want to do this without no drugs. I'm gonna keep my word. I'm gonna do this honorably.
So what you're saying is, if you die, we don't go in there and shoot the guy?
Yes, we let them have your body.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, if you're going to be, honorable, then I suppose I'll reward you by not making you fight a giant robot.
Nice.
So in that case, the officer he holsters his Uzi, and he draws. I guess he probably would only use his katana because honorable. So they have two. They have the full nodachi and the katana on their backs. And he draws his
He has
katana.
a full ass Nudachi?
Yeah,
You know
he
how
has both.
big that thing is?
No, Nachi. The Ninjato, the short sword variant.
The ninjato and the katana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big robot guy, he has a Nodachi. He has two Nodachis actually, but
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
glad I didn't fight the big robot guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 10 foot tall and entirely
Two
drone.
Nadachi. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Bro,
They're huge
Knox
too.
would love
They're
to
extra
fight
sized
that thing.
Nodachis.
I mean, at least it's not a Guangdao.
Yeah, it's not quite. I mean, they are oversized Nodachis. They're built for a 10-foot tall robot, but
Well, yeah, but at least it's not an oversized Guangdao.
yeah.
Those are scary.
Mm.
So yeah, I guess the
Those are
officer-
giant spear swords.
Yeah, they're huge. They have the spear with the big machete blade taped to the top of it.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the amount of welding that would need
God.
just for the blade to not fall off. Made of Damascus steel.
Jeez. So yeah, the officer is choose who will represent your group.
Oh, who here is the best with swords?
Obviously, the one with big sword.
Nox, you
Hello?
want to do it?
I mean,
You want to
Nox
do
has
it
a
first?
sword. Bonus has a sword, and Kairo has some swords. And Oid, well, actually, Bonus has two because he has an arm blade and he has his katana. So
But
yes, he has two.
but who gives us the highest opportunity of winning?
I mean, in terms of
literally-
raw physical stats and health, Nox is definitely the best. She has more health than everybody in the party, and she has twice this dude's health. So
Well,
in terms of
Nox.
per survivability, you would figure that
Nox,
the alien woman would probably do best.
I hate to do this to you, Nox, but looks like you're on the chopping block.
I'm a-
Go out there and do me proud.
Yeah.
Defend your honor.
Alrighty. So have you selected your champion to represent your group?
I have.
All right. In that case, the rest of the goons, they do lower their rifles, and they just kind of stand like a semicircle to block you guys from inching or past them, basically.
I'll just stand
yeah.
there. I'll just stand there and watch.
The officer,
Nox,
he kind
get
of
in
walks
there.
to the center of this. The floor in here is sand, by the way, gravelish, fine gravel. So it's a proper, good place for a sparring match. Is open 20 foot by 20 foot, probably more than that, 3 by 30 foot space. So yeah, the officer approaches the center of the courtyard and waits for Nox to approach him as well.
I was just like, do I have?
Hold on a moment. I have to get stuff. But Nox approaches.
All right. So yeah, so you approach, uh, and yeah, so the two of them begin to do their, slow distance circle walk around each other for a while. Nobody, neither of them taking the initiative yet. In the meantime, is anybody else going to do anything else? Are you going to, I don't know, like throw a grenade in there or something?
No, I'm just gonna stand there and watch.
As funny as I would be, I think I'm gonna let this play out because this is a free kill, as far as I'm concerned.
It is. It is. Honestly,
It is, yeah.
honestly, we just have to wait for Nox and this guy to fight, and I believe in Nox, unless this guy's got some dirty trick up his sleeve.
He does not. He has
Okay, well then.
swords
He
and a
has
gun.
pocket sand.
I'm just hoping that Nox I'm kind of hoping that Nox spares him.
We're supposed to spare him.
No, this is a fight to the death.
Oh, then
Because
yeah.
I guess
well,
if
yeah.
you win, you can choose to spare him if you wanted, but that would dishonor him.
Is it gonna
all
be
that
a
stuff.
gladiator? Yeah, well, yeah, that would be dishonoring him. He's like, give me a warrior's death, and I'm like,
No.
how about I just cut your legs instead?
Bound him to a wheelchair.
Yeah, just
Yes.
paralyze him. Right through the spinal cord. Just
What if he asks you to what's the thing? What if he asks you to be his I can't think of the word. When you commit seppuku, and you stab yourself in the gut, and
like,
that
to be
person that cuts your head
to
off,
be the dude that cuts,
there's a
yeah.
word for that.
Yeah, I forget the word is, but yeah, there is that role. I think it's usually
I'm gonna look this up
the
really
person's family or something like that, or closest
I
friend.
thought it was
maybe
like
rather.
commanding
No.
officer or something. I mean, I know what you're talking about, John. It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
defeated me. I have no honor left, and then you cut my head off to finish it completely. I mean, yeah, sure, I'd do that for him. You know, I'll do. Describe this guy to me. Is there a picture?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, it's in the chat. He's the officer
Oh,
with the
that's
horns.
a long word. It's called the Kaishakunen. Kaishakunen.
Okay.
So you're
Where the
asking me-
person presents their katana to you. You hold it above your head. They stab themselves with their ninjato, and then you cut the head off.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, he looks like the artwork. You can't see his face. He just has the bionic mask on. Those three little dots, they are glowing, by the way. So this is like an actual functioning bionic mask. It's not just for a show.
The proper word for the, I guess, act of seppuku is harakiri.
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
that's the ceremonial name.
That,
Yes.
Yeah.
3 times maybe. Okay. Well,
apparently, it is very painful.
Yes, getting stabbed in the stomach is one of the worst ways to die.
You're stabbing your gut.
Yeah, it's one of the worst ways to go because it's very slow and
but
very
it
painful.
is. It is one of the most honorable ways to die.
Yes.
Sure.
It sucks, but
well,
it's honorable.
it's a form of retaining honor.
Yeah, and you it's like to gain back your honor post-mortem, basically.
Yes. You are doing the most honorable thing by, killing yourself, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, in that case,
So
roll initiative.
Yeah.
And I will have him roll initiative. He got an 8 plus his agility. He got an 13.
This might be just based off of whoever has the higher agility, because I also rolled an 8.
Yeah, you got a 16 then. You have much higher agility than him.
Oh.
No, you've got a 15 because you have a 7 agility. But yeah, you still beat him by like 2 points. So, you guys walk around back and forth. Some nice traditional Japanese combat music the war drums. Somebody begins banging them somewhere, and I guess
Somewhere.
Wade would see like an old woman has walked out into the street and is playing the war drums.
People have gathered around the gate.
No,
By the
but
way,
the
what I
woman is
love
there.
about this, what I love about this, just because we have really high damaging weapons, is that sword duels are meant to be fast. So if I don't end
Yes,
this
this will
within
be
2
very
turns,
quick.
I'ma cry.
Well, he has armor stat, and so I think so do you. So, yeah. So you guys,
Oh,
it
but-
might be longer depending on how good my luck is.
Nox
But
has
so-
Nox has a titanite blade.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then ignores
so,
armor. So,
Um,
yeah, if you hit him and he doesn't dodge out of the way.
6 and below.
Yeah.
I mean, if they witness me kill his ninja, then they'd be like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, the woman."
Like,
steal us out."
it's the weird woman who shot our drone in the face.
Right. Sick. Let's get this going.
So yeah, so you guys, you start in your slow creep around the circle, parallel to each other, and then there's that
Slowly
that beat of hesitation, and you end up being the first to charge forwards. You are 20 feet away from him currently.
Sick. So I throw my that would be like the worst move. Yeah, so I just get real close up to him.
All right, you
Close
close to
enough to
melee, or do you get like 10 feet
stab him.
away, or okay, you're just gonna get all the way up there and you're gonna stab him?
Yeah.
All right, he will attempt to dodge. He has pretty poor agility. Oh, I got a 10.
Oh.
Never mind, he does so. So you rush forward and you
Oh.
bring it over your head and you swipe down, and he kind of like parries it and kind of steps to the side. So that's just your whole turn. Or like you can attack
What are
multiple
his
times
blades
with
made of?
his sword. It also appears to be titanite.
Oh boy, so I see a literal dodging.
Because the officers have
battle right now.
titanite blades. Like the mooks don't. They have normal steel. But the officers have fancy stuff, and the ninjas also have cool stuff. So yeah. So that's. Can you attack multiple? I think you can attack multiple times with it, can't you? Per action.
Can I what?
Yes, you can attack twice.
I can attack twice.
Yeah, per action. So he dodges the first one. He can't dodge the second one. So just do 3d100 damage. This could kill him instantly.
Wait, but it does matter the form of damage that you do. Do you stab? Do you slash? Because you can plant that foot and then dash into him for a stab.
Yeah, just cut his shoulder off.
Or you can plant and bring it around for a slash. But that's considered a glancing blow.
Is over
keep that in
200
mind.
damage enough to kill him?
Depends by how much.
20.
220. That is not enough to kill him outright. However, he needs to make a check to not fall unconscious. Because you've almost killed him.
Sick.
You got a 1, so he falls unconscious. So you guys watch as the officer manages to parry the first strike, expertly, perfect form, and then Nox just kind of, she parries, she brings it back, and just like cleaves it right down into his through his clavicle, right into his chest, and just through the armor plates. Blood, the Japanese films, it sprays everywhere, like really over dramatic. And he just and he drops his sword on the ground, and then he just boom, he drops, and the goons, the 3 of them of the 5 that are still here, they train their guns on you, and 2 of them grab the body and drag it away. And as they do so, the 6th dude who had got back into the house, he comes out, the paper bamboo door slides to the side, and the last goon comes out with Mr. Whitford in tow, and he's wearing like a very nice ceremonial, kimono or whatever. He has his hair in a bun. He's an old man with his laser cane, and he's like, what's all this then? What's going on? You said you wanted me out here, and he sees the blood in the middle of the plaza, and the goons aiming their guns at Nox, and they see Cairo and Bonus, and he's like, interns?
Oh no.
No, well, Cairo's wearing his mask, and I'm assuming that
Oh yeah, you're wearing your mask.
Bonus would be too.
Bonus was always wearing his mask, so he recognizes Nox and Bonus. And he's like, to the interns and a random other guy.
Mr. Whitford, if you wouldn't mind joining us, we have orders to take you out of the country.
And he's like, I have to make me a charisma check versus his intelligence. So roll 1d10 and add
Make a
your
charisma check?
Yeah, roll 1d10 plus your charisma, and I'm going to add 1d10 plus his intelligence.
Ooh, give me that 10, baby.
Yeah, okay, so he believes you. So he looks at the scene in the blood and the unconscious bleeding officer that's being dragged into one of the side buildings, one of the barracks after the side of the main house, the smaller huts. And he's like, oh, okay. And he looks to the Rakai goon next to him, and the Rakai goon just shoves him forward and he's like, get out of here. And yeah, Whitford walks through the line of goons, and as soon as Whitford crosses the line, they'll drop their guns and relax.
Now, Mr. Whitford, if you'll come with us, we've had some difficulty getting you. We don't want any more difficulty further
By the
out.
way, is it disrespectful for me to do the blade fling to get the blood off and be like, and then sheath it back?
Maybe inside of the compound?
You may be inside of it.
Yeah,
Because
that's what
you're
I'm asking.
spilling their leader's blood more on their ground.
I mean, it's not their leader. It's like.
Well, he's
one of
their
the other
officer.
guys.
Yeah, he's their
Yeah.
the
so
commanding
I'm
officer
just
in the
wondering.
I wouldn't do it inside the compound.
Yeah, I could see it being taken as disrespectful, but also I don't think they would really care. They're more happy to get rid of Whitford, to be honest. They hate him. You know, and at this point, like,
Sick.
you already destroyed their robot that was worth more than he was paying them. So they're like, this is already net loss, so we're just gonna get rid of him and take his money. You know?
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah, they've
gonna
already
walk
lost.
out the
They've already lost a
complex.
cybernetic ninja and its body.
Yeah, and all of like some of just gear and stuff, and now their officer has been crippled, gonna need a robotic arm to replace his clavicle. So they're just like, yeah, take him. He's not worth the trouble anymore, basically.
Yeah.
Man, poor guy. I want to kill him.
And thusly, we've tested our metal. All right. So yeah,
I
I'll
did what I wanted to do finally.
Yes, you got a
I'll
sword duel.
I'll put an arm around Mr. Whitford and start walking out of the gate.
All right. Nox, do you follow after the others?
I mean, I guess I bow.
Okay, yeah, you bow, and all the goons bow back to you. They make no noise, by the way. They don't like say anything. They just silently.
Nox is
Got
now applicable for a commander's position with the right
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
It's like I go back there. I'm like, hey, I noticed you have a officer position open.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm a good leader.
I have many
I'm a
applicable
real
skills.
go-getter.
I have many transferable skills. I'm determined, hardworking, intimidating. I have a sword already, so you don't have to pay me. Don't have to give me
I
another
have
sword.
a bachelor's
And
in
I'm a
everything.
tremendous cook.
I have a bachelor's degree in ninja.
I have studied the way of the katana.
Yes, in the way of the
Yeah,
katana.
gotta make sure I'm not over qualified. They might not accept. But yeah, I just leave. Now here
Alright.
comes the next hard part. How are we gonna transfer Mr. Woodford in the crime car when 2 tires are popped?
We don't need to. I'm gonna sub-vocal to Nox. Take him now.
Wait,
Well, you have like your arm around him. You could just like, stab him with your katana or tase him and then murder him.
wait,
just
didn't
gonna
you bring
try
like
to
wait, didn't you bring the crime car to like
We're around the corner, yeah.
an alleyway?
Yeah, around the corner.
It's
Yeah.
around the corner.
Not very far.
I mean,
Okay, so
So what I'm gonna do since
Wait,
my
wait, hold
arm's
on.
around him.
Remember, we're trying to make sure his body cannot be salvaged by LSSI.
Yes,
That's a fair point.
So
I'm gonna
those
as we
thermite
leave.
charges.
So as we leave the gate, I'm gonna have Ankh run to the car and
Okay.
retrieve my bag. Okay.
All right. So he'll do that pretty quickly. So yes, as you guys, you wrap your arm around Whitford and you guys start walking back to the curb. Ankh runs back to the car, and by the time you reach the curb, because it's a relatively big park, by the time you reach the curb, Ankh is standing there wagging his metal tail with your backpack in his mouth.
Very good. I'm gonna subvocal to Nox. I'm gonna take the bag, and then subvocal to Nox to stab him through the heart and drive up from behind. with
How close are we?
her
How
blade.
close are we to LSSI?
How close? You're not. Well, I guess you're where you are currently. You're currently south of the Lux district, which is the super nice pleasure districts. So
Well,
you're south
even
of
then,
that,
like
and then
like
above
Dakota
that's Corporate
said,
Center.
they're just there for the body. So if we
Yeah.
go in and hide in alleyways, they're not gonna look for us.
Yeah.
No, I know that. I'm just wondering if we can kill him, spark the thermite, and
I can
get away
do
in our
that
sparking
Yeah,
easily.
you could probably,
anyway.
Yeah, you could probably get away in time. They're
Okay.
like 30,
I'm just
40 blocks
throwing
away.
the bag on top of him and pressing
so
the clacker.
Yeah.
we got maybe between 3 and 5 minutes.
Yeah, they do use hover
That's
cars.
more
They
than
are
enough.
Much faster than a normal car, but
That's
yeah, they're a ways away.
More than enough.
So a good couple
All right.
minutes. Also, I should note that Bonus has not left the gate. He's still standing in the doorway with his katana drawn.
I turn around
Go.
to Bonus. I'm like, I'm like, because we all got sub vocals. I'm like, Bonus, please don't tell me you're gonna do a revenge arc right now.
You don't get a response from him. He just stands there,
Bonus.
and he seems to be waiting. And the guards are all also standing there with their swords drawn, just staring at him too, across the plaza, just kind of waiting for something to happen.
Where's the camera crew, man? This isn't Kill Bill, all right?
Bonus. Let's go. We've got a job to complete. Let's not forget about the payday.
He does hate the Rakai.
He does, and he hates them with
No,
a
he
deep
hates the
passion.
Maofu.
No, he hates the Rakai more.
No, he hates the Rakai.
Maofu are just kind of he hated them
Bonus.
because they smuggled the people. He
Our
just
job here is done.
You don't get a response.
Let's
he just
go.
He backs up, so he's out of the compound. He's in the front walkway, in front of the where if the gate were to close, he would be out of the compound. And he just
Cairo's gonna
keeps standing
close the
there.
gate.
Okay, you close the gate, and before it can close, Bonus reaches into his jacket with his other arm, and he pulls out the frag
Don't
grenade
do it.
that he had taken from
No.
the Johnson's
No.
mansion, and he takes it out of a
No,
jacket. He
no,
pulls the pin
no,
and he
no,
chucks it
no.
into the plaza right as the door closes. And the guards they start booking it as he tosses the grenade and he rolls it in. The door closes and there's a big explosion, and you can see parts of the fountain
As soon as I
fly
do
up.
that, as soon as I see him do that, I'm hoping I just stab the guy. I
Okay.
just stab our target.
Yes,
Yeah,
just do it.
Go. The Bonus starts walking back. He
Stab
shoots
him
his
and
sword.
drive up with the blade and cut him in half.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Do him dirty like that. Behead him.
Oh yeah.
Just
Mm-hmm.
bisection.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, you do
yeah.
so. He is an old man. He cannot resist anything you can do to him, let alone a super specialized monofilament blade made of super material.
As he collapses to the ground,
Yeah,
I'm just
fuck the old man.
throwing the bag on his body, and then dipping.
Yeah. So Nox stabs him from the back, cuts upwards, and you just take your arm off of him, grab the bag from chuck it onto him, and you're like, let's go, and you'll just start running down the block, and Bonus runs after you. He keeps booking it. I guess you wouldn't hear the sirens for Elsa's side just yet. They're not nearly that quick.
No.
They're not that
So
good.
As I get in the car, I'm gonna hit the clacker and start the thermite.
All right, yes, you guys get to around the corner, and by the time you reach around the corner, you do start to hear sirens in the distance, and then and it and his like the whole like for a good probably like 5 feet in a radius around him, which is also immediately on fire, just instantly up in flames, and you can hear. Well, as you guys ran away, you could have heard yelling in Japanese coming from in the compound, and they're trying to open the door again, but they can't because you've locked it, like you've hacked it, so they can't get out to chase after you guys. And you guys get to the car, because the clacker, his body's burning, and you get in your car. The tires are still popped, so it's going to be a bit of a slower ride back to wherever you're going. But
Cairo, as we get in the car, Cairo's gonna get in the driver's seat and then bang the steering wheel with his hand, look back to Bonus. What the
you just don't get a response. He just gets in the car.
We had one job, Bonus, and that wasn't part of it. What were you thinking?
You guys get I'll get a group, like a simultaneous text from the Hermes Johnson that says, nice job, and then like the text after that, it says something like, nice job, Bonus Lamau.
Nice.
I'm gonna turn to Bonus, and I'm gonna say the last thing that any of us need is the Rakai breathing down our neck. Why would you do that?
And Bonus
By the
is
way,
just
I'm
like,
giving
he
him
shrugs.
directions.
To where? To the shop, No.
Yeah.
Okay.
to
To replace
the
the
tires.
the tires. Okay. Yeah. So you guys, you know where you're going, and you guys pull away, and I guess you probably wouldn't have stuck around long enough to hear or to see the LSI guys arrive, but you do hear gunshots shortly after.
Well, the
you guys
drone,
leave.
the drone is above.
Yeah. So yeah,
What
if you
drone?
were to use, do you guys care enough to look at the spy drone to see what
I'll
happens?
I'll put a display of it up inside the crime car, like
Yeah, okay,
on the
yeah.
windshield.
So you AR the screen up so everybody can see it. Okay, yeah. So you guys watch as the drone sees the compound, and a couple of the goons are like fiddling with the control panel on their side of the gate. You see that a couple of the guys are dead in the plaza. They're like one of them, their leg is blown off, the other one his arm is missing, and they manage to hotwire the gate, and it slides open as the LSSI dropship comes down. And the Rakai goons, they rush out with their guns drawn, trying to see where you guys went. And the LSSI goons just the hover car they have has a minigun on the side of it, and it guns them down. It just single spray, just and they're all gone. They're blown in half, like full on A10 Warthog shell, just done.
Does the big samurai guy come out?
No, he does not. He's a drone, so he's deactivated in the basement of the main building currently. But yeah, the LSI goons, they gun the Rakai dude down, and you watch as like one of the side door slides open, and like some of the doctors rush out, and they just see the pile of fire on the lawn, and they kind of like, you assume they radio to each other something, and then they get back in the car and they hover away, and they fly off.
Mission successful. Oh yeah.
So they just left his body there?
Well, if you care to keep watching for a lot longer, the cops will arrive. The KPD will show up, and they'll coordinate the place off the crime scene. But yeah, the outside don't care. They're not cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep watching.
Yeah, so you watch, and after another like 5 minutes, a couple of KPD police cruisers show up. And the guys get out, and they kind of look at the scene as the fire is still burning, and they kind of scratch their heads and like, Jesus. And they start setting up like the AR like police tape poles for the hologram to connect between all of them, and they cordon off the front of the compound where like the dead bodies are, and they start like calling in and checking the place out. And if you keep watching for another while, an SUV will pull up, and out of it will step a bunch more Rakai goons. They walk up to the KPD guys, hand them a wad of cash. The KPD guys get in their car and leave. And the RP and the Rakai dudes drive the bodies back into the compound. And that's it. Nothing else happens from there.
Crying.
Well, bonus. Looks like the Rakai just covered everything.
Bonus is like,
Until,
of course
we
they
get
did.
black bags.
But it's like, yes, of course they did. It's like they don't want the Kodians involved in their business.
Which is a good thing for us, because now the KPD's not going to do an investigation into his murder.
And it's like, they wouldn't be able to anyway. Hermes would just classify the information.
Well, of course, but that doesn't keep them from tracking us down.
Also, since I believe, Cairo, you have like your like newsfeed notification set up for your like mask and everything. By the time you guys reach the mechanic shop, there's already a headline that Mr. Whitford has been killed in the park by unknown assailants.
Interesting.
And the news stations are like, 25 minutes ago, in the park in Little Tokyo, Hermes executive, Mr. Whatever his first name was, I forget, Whitford was executed in public, after a shootout with Rakai agents. Hermes has declared it a legal termination of employment, and all of Mr. Whitford's assets have already been seized. Yada yada yada. And then they make like a joke about a closed casket funeral for his chunky salsa, and then that's it.
So Cairo's just gonna sit in the driver's seat as we like get there, and just like take in like the amount of danger and stress that the last couple of seconds has caused him.
Yep, Boris will get out.
And just like he like rub his hands through all this, run his hands through his hair and everything. Take a bunch of deep breaths and then get out of the car.
Says you guys get out of the car, and a couple of the greaser guys that run the chop shop mechanic place, they walk up and they're like, Knox, what can we do for you? And they kind of look at the tires and they're like,
Yeah.
they're gonna get those replaced, or
Yeah. Ever heard of an accident of someone just slashing your tires right in front of you?
he's like, yeah, that happens pretty frequently, although not usually with armored tires. That takes usually a stronger arm than a human. Whatever. We don't ask questions. And one of them like whistles, and they bring over like a big like crate, and they pop it open, and they start like hoisting the car up onto the jack and stuff, and they start replacing the tires. Who's paying for the tires?
Sure.
I'll pay it.
Oh, okay.
I get 500. All right.
Is it even 500? Are we paying for the service or paying for the tires?
Well, you're paying for both, technically, but
About 250 each.
either 200 to 50 each. I'm gonna check.
I thought the tire was 200 each because it
Yeah.
didn't come out to like a different number.
Yeah, I figured it was.
So
Yeah,
it was
that was like
200 per
200 each.
tire.
Well, that's 400, and then 100 for the service.
Yeah.
500.
Well, it's supposed to
Yeah,
like
no.
50 for the service, so 450.
Oh, so then 450. All right, even
Yeah.
better. Perfect.
So I'm going to do some subtraction on my calculator really quick. In the meantime, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm waiting on the car because I'll take the car back with me.
Okay.
Well, technically, we've got to wait
Wait,
on the
hold on.
car anyway because everybo's got to pick up their shit from my apartment.
That's also true. Yes.
That and wait. I'll be like, hey, can you lower the car for a bit? I gotta take something out of the trunk.
And he's like, yeah, sure. And they, take the
And I'm
jacks out and
assuming-
replace it, and they let you get in the
Yeah.
trunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I know
I
what
go.
So
I'm
the
like,
car
yeah,
has just been like kind of tilted back. It's been like, experiencing some counterweight.
Yeah, because I'm assuming that's where we put the robot.
Yeah, the like 500-pound robot dog.
I go. I'm like, oh
No,
yeah.
not the robot dog. He was in the back
Oh,
seat.
the robot
but
corpse.
The
Yeah, yeah,
robot
the
body.
robot body.
Yeah, I go. I'm like, oh yeah. That remind me. This is what popped my tires, and I lift up the trunk.
Yeah, it's a super muscled robot guy, and the mechanics are like, they look wide-eyed at all of you, and they're like, okay, yeah, we don't ask questions here, and they just finish the tires and stuff, and then you pay them, and they're like, okay, have a lovely day.
Alright, put it back in the
And
trunk.
I close the trunk. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty fun.
Also,
just imagine,
at
like,
this
this
point-
is the guy that slapped my tires.
You guys would receive from the Johnson. You receive from Hermes technically. Oh yes, I guess you guys would get like a notification saying like a new contact has been added to your banking statement, and it's Hermes International. It's like the actual corporation, and you get $15,000 for each of you.
Is it already added to all of our sheets?
No, I'm doing that right now.
Okay. Nice.
While I'm waiting on the car, I'm gonna check the KE stock.
They are currently still up.
How high up? Like, how many points up am I from my original?
How much?
Yeah, how much has my investment grown?
That's fine.
Probably by like another 1,000 or so.
Alright, I'll keep it in for now.
Okay, let's. Alrighty.
I mean, technically for the stock, I could just roll a percentile and see what my chances are.
I mean, how much did you originally put into it?
1,000.
1,000.
Same as last time.
And how much do you have in it now?
Right now it's at 2,000.
Okay. So what you could do is take out your original 1,000, and then leave that 1,000 you earned in there, and then that way, if it ever crashes, you didn't really lose money.
That's actually a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
And that's what you do with
Yeah, that's what
normal
actual,
stocks
yeah, that's what
too.
actual stocks do. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I'll do
I'll
that.
do that. And
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm at a
except-
clean half.
Exactly.
Oh.
And that's what I'm gonna do with my stock, except I gotta wait for a lot longer.
Yeah, I'm at a clean 50,000 college.
Yep. So is Lindsay.
All right.
And bonus is almost at 50,000, and Oid is at 72,000.
72. I'm telling you, he's gonna get 100,000. He's like, I don't know what
Yes.
to do with all this money.
Gonna be like, I want to buy a mech, and I'm gonna be like, sure, Oid, you can buy a mech. Or I'd be like, I want to buy that 7-ninja body. I'd be like, sure, you can for 100K, you can buy a 7-ninja body. But yeah, so you also all receive tickets, first class tickets, for that transatlantic cruise that starts tomorrow.
Nice. Yes. All right. Kyra's gonna go home, give everybody their shit back, start packing a bag.
I'll be real honest.
Alright.
We're gonna have to replay that to know what everything got, unless you wrote it down.
Well, yeah, no, I have like a value in my head for like the, what everybody took, and like if you want to sell all of it and stuff. But if you do want to
Well,
sell it,
I
you have to
mean-
find a fence to sell it to, because it is still like
Yeah.
it's literally stolen goods. So
Well, I mean, Kyra's gonna keep the computer, the screen,
yeah,
and
that's
that junk. As Kyra's packing his bag, he's gonna, pack his outfits and whatnot. A spare show helmet chip.
Oh, also now we get to
Um,
explain the legal system for Europe.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So-
boy.
I need to make some purchases.
Yeah, so after you guys receive your tickets for the cruise, the Hermes Johnson would also provide a a PDF of the legal differences between Ryanstown and Europe. And I will read
Because
them.
because they're so minuscule.
It is this one. No, it's above. No, it's here. Okay.
Please, for the love of God, go on vacation with like cargo shorts, a Hawaiian button
Yeah,
down,
cargo-
and your
cargo
mask.
shorts. That's what Bonus is doing, dog. You think he's gonna, walk around in a trench coat in like the middle of, the Bahamas, wherever the cruise is? No.
Well, I mean, Cairo's gonna go with like, pants,
Socks and
shorts,
sandals. That's what Bonus is wearing.
jackets,
The dad sandals too.
Of course, because he is a dad.
the
you know?
Velcro ones.
Yeah, the Velcro sandals. Anyway, so
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
so,
it's not like we're going to the Bahamas. We're going
no,
to
you're going
Berlin.
to you're going to the middle of
Or
the
Normandy.
Atlantic Ocean. It's not exactly the warmest place on Earth. So, but it is at the point in the campaign, it will be approaching summer, so probably like May. So it is
That's
kind
fair.
of warm, which means it's raining in Ryanstown because it's never warm in Ryanstown. So he says that the legal differences are as follows. Europe, on the whole, hates coding enterprises and will inquire at the border to make sure that none of you have ties with the company because they want to avoid spies from entering the country. That's number one. Number two, Berlin, Paris, Florence, Venice, and Rome have all banned the Great Spherical Church, so you won't see any of them. 3. Gun laws are very strict. Only pistols and melee weapons of short sword size and smaller are allowed and must be registered ahead of time. Firearms cannot be concealed and must be declared upon entrance to Europe under penalty of incarceration. 4.
Okay.
Most European cities are engaged in a cold war with Korean enterprises, and as such, they are police states. So, 2 mega corporations, Metropolitan Security Solutions is the British company that is like the constabulary, right? The B cops, and then
Right.
the German company, the Regionale, what's it called? I had it memorized before, and I've forgotten it in the past couple of weeks. But I have the name on the wiki. What are they called? The acronym is RVGK. It's a long German word. It is the Regionale Verteidigungskräfte, which is Regional Defense Force in German. So they are like the SWAT team and like the FBI kind of, or like Interpol. They're like the actual armed, like proper military police. They are a border patrol as well. Do not mess with them; they will kill you. The other one, the British company, Metropolitan Security Solutions, they are non-lethal. They use tasers and batons, like actual British police tend to do. Although they're like SWAT team equivalent, those use guns. After that, so because it is a police state, unlike in Ryanstown, bribery is a much harsher of a crime, and uncooperation with officials is also much more serious of a crime. You are all advised to brush up on your knowledge of MSS and the RVGK, just to know like how they operate and that sort of thing. Also, just as an extra note, brothels are legal in Europe,
Sick.
so that's a nice bit of information. The biggest thing for you guys is the weapons and stuff. Also, certain bionics are illegal, like bionic blades. The tattoo stuff that makes you immune to cameras is also illegal. But because you're foreigners, they'll probably let it slide. Because you're not going to stay in the country for like that long. But the gun thing, they do care about. So you'll have to register your firearms in advance.
Well, mine are already registered.
Not in Europe.
No, I think it's like you read. Yeah,
Oh,
you
not in
register
Europe.
in Europe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
just
There,
gotta-
probably, there
so
wouldn't
Cairo,
be a gun
Cairo's
registration
gonna.
in Ryanstown, by the way. There is no gun registration for Ryanstown. You just buy guns. Nobody cares in Ryanstown. Only real guns and like big caliber guns need to be registered.
Well, Cairo already has his registered though.
Yes.
Whole thing.
In Ryanstown.
No, Europe.
Not for Europe.
In Ryanstown.
Yeah, for Ryanstown.
Yeah.
In Ryanstown, yeah, Cairo's are registered. So, while getting ready, I guess I'll do that. I'll register my pistols.
All
I
right.
just gotta know if my pistol or my deagle and my katana are legal.
The deagle is fine. The katana is not. It is too long.
Is it because of the big sword, or is it just straight out just too long?
It's so blades of short sword and below are allowed. Yours is a broadsword, which is like the one above short sword. So yours is one step too big. And Bonus also can't use his bionic arm blade, so he has to get the blade taken out of it,
Gosh.
which he does on his own time. I don't think the only thing of Oid's that's illegal is his rifle with a grenade launcher on it. The pistol he has is totally fine, and the needles are in his arm. So
He's a whole ass android, so they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Can you step through the metal detector?" I'm like, "Ooh."
yeah. Also, because they did Europe, like clankers, the sentient droids that what Oid is, they're treated marginally better than they are in Ryanstown. They aren't like actual second class citizens. They're given like normal rights and stuff. So that's nice.
Really?
Yeah. He's
That's
he's on
surprising.
equal footing with everybody else in Europe. Assuming he wants to be
sick.
an android in
So he
Europe and
gets
not
to-
like something Wong or something, but you know.
So he gets to be like, he gets to say stupid flesh bags and be equal. Let's go.
Yeah.
By the way, I need to find how much a. Oh. The weapon amount. Here we go.
Also, if anybody wants to purchase any upgrades for bionics and stuff, do that now.
The dual processing thing,
Yes.
where you can dual wield at the same time.
Yep.
How much is that?
I can check for you right now.
Yeah, I also might buy a tanzanite combat knife instead of a short sword because that is 5k.
The parallel processing chip is that's up more. No, it's over here. Where is it? It is 20k, as in 20,000. It also gives you plus
Alright,
one
I'm
to
gonna hold
hacking
off
checks
on
and
that.
plus one to initiatives. So that's nice.
Oh, never mind. Give me it.
Okay. So you do so. You're down to
Did I mention I was lying?
yeah.
I'm not gonna get dual processing, but I am gonna get a tanzanite combat knife.
Gonna get a combat knife. Gonna be like bonus and have your Titanite combat knife. All right.
I mean, hey, I can put it in like my boot or something. I don't know, somewhere cool.
Your bonus has his.
Oh, sick.
Alrighty, so I'll put that down here for you. So how much is that, Kyle?
25.
25. Okay.
Not like
Like 25,000.
25,000 is
Yes.
2,500. Yeah.
2,500. Okay. So that's basically
Yeah.
down to 48. 2. And you now have a
2,500.
Titanite combat knife, and I will copy and paste bonuses combat knife stats over to you.
Sick. And then I'm gonna upgrade that to increase his blade to short sword. God, just
That's
imagine.
not how that works.
I know, but just imagine getting, if it works, the big sword modification on a combat knife. God, I'd cry.
Alrighty, so your Titanite combat knife is in there. Oi, do you want to buy anything?
Well, I have to ask, what are Europe's drug laws?
So their drug laws are relatively similar to the ones in Ryanstown. That is like the hard stuff, like cocaine, heroin, opium. That stuff is all still illegal, but people still get it because it's Europe and you can get drugs anywhere. Europe isn't as big into like opium and like weed as Rhinestone is. They're bigger into like cocaine, acid, because Europe's weird like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I'll get myself a set of anti-X-ray clothes.
Yes, bonus wants to do that too. So that costs, if I can get down here. That is... So, do you want... So, there's two versions. There's lead lined, that only prevents against X-rays, and there's rubber insulated, which protects against everything.
How much?
Probably rubber.
Lead lined is 5,000, and then rubber insulated is 7,500. Not that money's an object to you, Oid, but figured I'd ask. Okay, so you want rubber insulated then?
You know it.
200. Incorrect. 72. 200 minus.
Also, how long before we depart on our trip?
It'll be. So it's like the afternoon now. Or maybe it's like. No, it's nighttime now, actually. I stand corrected. So, tomorrow at like noon is when the boat like starts loading.
Oh, damn.
You can throw that rubber insulated coat as well, because I don't think I'm gonna leave Berlin empty-handed.
Leave? You're gonna go there and like stock up on a bunch of stuff and then just smuggle that back out of the continent. Okay.
Of course. But I'm also wondering, can that hide my katana?
No, your katana is just too big. It can hide a short sword,
Damn.
or it can hide like shotguns.
Yeah.
It can hide SMGs. It can hide assault rifles, but it can't hide like sniper rifles or anything. Because I mean, if you put on like a trench coat, which I assume you all are doing because Oid has a trench coat, Miranda has a trench coat, so the trench coat stuff, then yes, that is that can hide like a rifle, but it can't hide like a sniper rifle. It's not that big, unfortunately.
Damn. I really want to go into Berlin with it.
Also,
Anti-material sniper
the
rifle.
rubber insulated stuff has incoming electric damage, so you'll get tased as bad, which is a nice bonus that I forgot about. This is yes, audio wide. Okay, so I will add that, and then so I guess everybody else is buying one. I'll ask you, Imperator, are you going to buy rubber insulated protected clothing?
Should I?
I mean, nothing you're carrying could be smuggled, even if you did have it, because your guns are registered anyway. So there's not a ton of point in it, I guess, unless you plan on smuggling something out of the country.
I mean, like, I'm gonna be taking the machine gun out of Ankh. I'm gonna be taking out my stun batons. I'm probably just gonna end up
the stun batons
leaving
are
my
legal.
regular.
The stun batons are legal.
Huh?
The stun batons are legal. You can use those.
So I can keep those in my arm.
Yes.
I can.
Yeah.
I just have to take them out when I'm traveling.
No, you can leave them in.
No.
They're illegal in Europe.
Oh, that's awesome then.
Yeah,
Alright,
and
cool.
it's not. Well, actually,
Alright.
wait. Weren't you gonna buy the coat to hide the arm blades?
I don't have arm
me?
blades.
No, for bonus. Yeah, isn't that why? Wait, did
That
he have
is
to take
a
them out?
potential reason. Yes, he has several reasons for why he wants to, why he wants to hide what he has underneath his clothes. But yes, that is one of them.
We show up on the boat. He's like, guys, don't be mad, but I'm lined to the teeth with explosives.
Lol.
I'm mad.
They're pretty funny.
I guess Nox is gonna probably get her tire set for, both thingies.
Huh?
Yes, thingies. Like her suitcases and whatnot.
Okay, yes. I assume you all pack your belongings for travel and stuff. Does Bonus want to buy anything at the last minute? He might. How much money do I have? 41,000. It's not a lot, to be honest. I did want to get him a second bionic arm. Actually, that's what I wanted to do.
A second one? Is he on his way
Yeah.
to get 3 bionic arms? I mean, 4?
I don't know. I'm not gonna give bonus the 4 bionic arm. That's Cromwell's thing now. He's General Grievous. But I do want to get bonus another bionic arm because it's gonna take him a while to get used to it, and he might as well get used to it on vacation where he doesn't have to use it for like crime. You know?
Yeah, and then he gets shot. It's like,
Yeah.
damn it,
Yeah.
crime.
Where is my bionic arm? Bionic arm. 10,000 colors. Great. So he has 2 bionic arms now. Okay. So it does 1d100 damage with his bare hands now. He's upgraded fully. Did I give him? I did give him Nanodoc, so he does regenerate. I didn't update that.
Did you hear about a lightning strike on a bridge?
Alrighty, okay. So yeah, so bonus. What's he gonna get? What should he get for his upgrade for in the bionic arm, guys? A minigun? That's what I'm
Well,
feeling.
Does he have? Yeah.
Should
Bro.
get.
He could afford it
Uh,
actually.
Back to- throw back
No,
to-
get one of those like one-shot loader handguns.
Oh, the built-in pistols. I could get a built-in pistol, or I could get a
Yeah.
built-in shotgun. That could be really overpowered actually. A built-in shotgun to use, double barrel
Oh yeah,
people.
well he's wearing the trench coat.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you play your cards right, you can do any caliber,
Could.
technically. So, in theory, you can make it 50 BMG.
I could put a deagle in my arm.
No, I'm saying BMG, as in
Oh,
you
like
take
a
the same
Barrett
shells
50
that
caliber.
that Ankh shoots,
Yeah, and put them in.
load
like,
one
a
into your
cannon
arm, brace your arm behind you, dislocate your shoulder,
Yeah, just.
but kill the guy in front of you.
It's
Yeah.
okay, his shoulder. Wait, it's attached above the shoulder or below it, like towards the rib cage?
The gun or the arm?
No, the arm.
It's in my shoulder. It's a replacement for your actual arms.
It's like regular bionic arms.
Yeah. Maybe I will.
It's pretty funny.
I'm gonna give him like the basic stuff first. I think. What does he have for his other bionic arm? Actually, before I do that, he has his full-length blade, and then he has 1 steel knuckle add-on. I'm gonna buy a 2nd steel knuckle add-on. Why, you may ask?
And people wonder why we're constantly in poverty.
The steel knuckle add-on is 3,000 collars. So he's down to 28k from like 49. Okay, that's not terrible. So he punches really hard, which is more or less what I wanted him to do. It's bonus. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that for now. So yeah, so you all prepare your stuff. You get your bionic implants put in. You go under the knife, and you all meet up at the dock district of Ryanstown the next morning at noon. And you all walk. You're all at this huge dock, and the cruise ship is massive. It is far bigger than any of the cruises we have in our modern day. So it's so big that it has. I can tell you the stuff on it. I have a full list of modules on this boat. It has. So you guys, when you guys arrive, there's like the information booth on the dock, and they give you pamphlets because you're first class. So, you be aware, this boat has a bar, it has skeet shooting, a golf course, drone racing, a movie theater, a VR den, hibachi grill, all-you-can-eat buffet, a water park, shuffleboard, parasailing, jet skiing, and fishing.
Skeet shooting.
Yes, skeet shooting. That's a very old-timey kind of super. So certain things are first class only. So bar, skeet, golf, drone, and movies are all only first class people. And you guys have access to that because you're first class.
Knox is gonna play the hell out of golf. I want to verse like some 80-year-old couple.
I think Kyle is going to
Bully
do some
them.
skeet shooting.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you all arrive at the dock and you get your pamphlets. And bonus rolls up, and he has a brand new, shiny, 2nd chrome bionic arm that he is kind of like not using because it's kind of poorly calibrated. So he's like,
you good?
and he's like, oh yeah, I got second bionic arm, and then he flexes his fist, and the same like metal knuckles pop out as his other arm does now. So he has two knuckle dusters built into his hands.
Pyro's gonna like tap him on the chest and be like, "Don't worry, I can calibrate that for you."
And he's like, "Yeah, thanks." And he kind of like tries to like relax his arm, and it shoots up into the air instead.
And
he's
a
like-
hole through his new clothes.
It just rips itself off.
It's just like helicoptering so fast it unscrews itself out of his socket and it falls off. Yeah. But yes, you all are welcomed on board. You guys get to go into the fancy VIP entrance, the short line. And you guys see that you are definitely all out of your element in this first class line. There are a bunch of people in suits, in fancy
would
dresses.
probably be wearing a nice outfit. Not like his best suit, but like, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
nice
just wearing a
casual
casual
wear.
outfit, bro. I got first class tickets. Bitch, I'm a woman. I'm coming in with them black leggings, nice ass shoes, them Converse with the white bottoms, a jacket, and a t-shirt.
Wow. Yeah, so you're definitely out of place. Oid, who are you disguised as currently?
I could go for the meme same disguised as Xanthorpe, but I think that would get me in a lot of trouble, so I'm not going
Yes.
to.
The boat
Probably.
has the boat, by the way, has the word Hermes International plastered across every side of it. So keep that in mind.
That would probably get you in trouble. Yeah, don't do that.
Yes. There are no like armed
I would
guards on the boat,
say-
by the way. There are just like the crew who have like pistols. But
I would say the bean. I'd say
Yeah.
the bean for this.
the meme would be
That would
good.
probably be the best.
He has his trench coat and stuff too. So
Doesn't the bean have a con?
yes, he does.
All right, well, all right then.
And I do check cons, by the way,
Cairo's
on the
just
way
waiting
in.
on his. Cairo's just waiting on his EU registration. But
Yeah.
that'll come.
Yes, well, I assume everybody
come while I'm on the
registers
cruise.
their guns, yes?
Yep.
Okay, doesn't cost any money, it's free. It's free presumably because you're first class, and the cruise liner gets like a deal on that sort of deal.
Nice.
So yeah, so you all register your firearms. Wait for that
Do
to go
they
through.
ask us business or pleasure?
Not on the cruise ship. They'll ask when you get to Normandy is when they do that stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, so you guys walk on board, and kind of greeting everybody as you walk past is another android, similar to Oid in that he's a human-looking android, but he's just like a pirate, and he's like, welcome aboard the what's the ship's called? The ship is called Welcome aboard the HWB Feroz. Yar. And he's like, moving robotically and stuff. You probably get offended, Oid, that this crew has an android on board that's obviously a rather advanced android, and he's being reduced to a greeter. But whatever.
I'm gonna like chuckle a bit and like turn around to Owen and be like, "Hey, Owen, found you a friend."
I just look back and I stare at him dead on. Don't know this shit.
All right. Just so you guys are aware, the HWB title before the boat name stands for Hermes' Winged Boat. Get it? Because winged boots, because it's Hermes. Anyway, gotta be on brand,
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Well, I'll tell you what. Nox is gonna act so nice. She's gonna be enjoying this. She's like, man, ooh, I'm gonna kick some people's
The
ass in
first
golf.
The first thing Cairo's gonna do is, I'm assuming there's like waitresses walking around with like, the glasses of champagne on trays.
Yes. So you guys will all be directed up to the top deck. Where there's a bunch of like seats and stuff, and the people walking around with champagne and like little like finger foods to kind of like mark the set off of the ship from the dock. You all wave to the people back, the poor people, back at the dock and stuff. Nobody cares that you're
Wave
here.
to the poor people like we aren't poor people.
Yeah, you guys,
We're
like
not
the,
poor
the
people.
princess walk. Bonus does not attend this meeting. He goes right to his room and he just stays there. But yeah, so you all get to sit on the top deck and wave at the poor people and be like, oh, look at the peasants who can't afford this expensive trip. Oh.
Well, I guess what Cairo will do then is grab 3 glasses of champagne, hand one off to Knox and one off to Oid, and be like, well, we deserve this. And then raise up for a toast.
Wow.
I mean, I
nobody
guess I
toasting
toast
back?
them now.
Okay. Oid
Yeah,
toasting
sure.
back.
I guess-
don't drink.
I'll toast back and I'm like, first class poison.
First class poison? What?
Hey, you know
Mhm.
what? I'm gonna enjoy myself. And Cairo's gonna go sit in one of like the lawn chairs
Yeah.
with Ankh next to him. I'm gonna open up my bag a little bit and take out The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Yeah. It's reading The Art of War. Okay. So yeah. What else do you guys do? What do you guys do?
Probably gonna go to my room to drop my suitcase off.
All right. Yeah. So you guys will. So first of all, okay, this is first class, buddy. Okay, they have concierges to get you to bring your bags to your room. First of all, ahead of time. Second of all, you all got suites because Hermes Johnson is a very grateful man. You now made him a very powerful, very powerful person.
Ooh.
In fact, so he
I
is
think I took
very
that
grateful.
first job from him.
Yeah, he is incredibly grateful, and this is what you. So yeah, so to kind of explain how the suites are set up, you all get your own separate full bathroom. I'm talking marble floors, gilded metal rods, and everything. An open shower, a hot tub bath, toilet with bidet, because of course, one of those nice touch, like automatic like faucets, you know. You have your own king-sized bed, silk bed sheets, incredibly comfortable, memory foam mattress, super nice climate-controlled room. You also get a little like living area with like a couch, a coffee table, a flat-screen television, a huge flat-screen television built into the wall that has like access to like all of the normal television shows plus like the weird ones you get on vacation. You know, ad-free because you know you're a VIP.
Yeah.
You also would get like a little half kitchen, so you have like a microwave and a little stove and stuff in case you need it. And on all of your beds there is a note, a little postcard, and it says on it, your employment is appreciated, and it's signed by Braden Zanthorpe, the Hermes Johnson.
Sick.
Nice.
But I think after it would say like signed, you know, Zanthorpe, and then after that it says comma on behalf of Hermes International. So the whole company has thank you for your service, not just him, but also mostly him.
We did good, boys. We did good.
Yeah, so your first class room, you go there, it's super nice, super swanky. There's like you can change the lights of the color of the lights in here. You can dim it or like make it brighter. You can make like music or sound effects play. It's super nice, all like full smart home style.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Cairo's main focus of this cruise: get laid.
Okay. There isn't one of those on the boat, but there will be in Berlin. As I
Well,
said before.
no, not like that. I'm talking like
Like actually
actual
like
person.
okay.
You hook up with like a peasant because no rich person is gonna be like, oh, yes.
Well, I mean, of course, Cairo's gonna frequent all the bars.
Yes, there's one bar restaurant, then there's the Hibachi Grill, and there's the all-you-can-eat buffet. That is Sushi American Fusion. Just so you're aware.
Interesting. You know what? I think Cairo's just gonna start, walking around, going to the different bars and stuff. Even
Alrighty.
the lower class ones.
Alrighty. So you do that. So yeah. So you guys have a week on the boat. So what do you guys do for the first day?
The first day for Cairo is gonna be like the rest and relaxation day. Everything after this is going to be a blur.
Yeah, we're going
He's
full
like, yo,
main K2, gonna kill people to party so hard, you know. That's the goal.
He's gonna go to Oi. It's like, you got one of them drugs.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. What, did you smuggle drugs onto the cruise ship?
Do you have
Hell
any
yeah.
coke?
Dude, are you gonna make money for the Mafu clan?
Yeah, did you
Well,
want to set up
that
like a
was-
deal?
Sure, honestly.
Okay. So yeah, they'll give you some like like probably only like half a kilo, so it's easily enough smuggled in. I guess they probably would tell you that they would give you some stuff on your person, and then they would tell you when you get on the boat, ask for like Zhao or whatever, and he'll bring you to the actual stock of drugs on the ship.
You realize that Oid changing his disguises mid-cruise could really paint him as a stowaway?
That is true. So that in that case, yeah, if you could do that, you would have to go on the ship as Something Wong, who does also have a con, so it's not that big a deal. But
Not a problem.
alrighty.
Alright.
So yeah, you're Something
I
Wong.
think I'm gonna look for a smoke leaf, like, lounge.
There is a like that'd be legal here. So yeah. Well, but also
Well,
once you get
yeah,
into
you're
international
going
waters,
into
it's all
international
legal.
waters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, the VIP bar, the fancy bar, they would offer that sort of stuff.
Alright, yeah, fuck it. Time to go into the VIP bar.
All right. So the
Grab
VIP
some
bar.
smoke leaf and then just meander around
Yeah.
that VIP bar.
So the VIP bar. So you go there like early the first day before you get into international waters. Okay. So also there's something I should talk about in terms of like the legal side of things, because there are some countries, but most countries no longer exist. The concept of international waters isn't needed because all water is international. Because nobody owns. Well, some people own water, but most companies don't own water. How it works instead is the owner of the ship makes the laws. So because you're on a Hermes boat and you're Hermes VIPs, you can do whatever you want. Basically, you guys can do
let's
whatever.
Go.
So like when you guys are still first in Ryanstown's jurisdiction, in KPD's jurisdiction, the VIP bar is a normal VIP bar. You can get cocktails, you can get cigars. They have like you can order like really nice like caviar and like lobster tail and whatever, and like steak, wagyu from the the Hermes from Whitford's mansion you stole before. And then once you get international waters, all of a sudden the tables get changed out for like these huge like hookah pipes, and like the bar like swaps over and like a new shelf pops up that has all the different like drugs and stuff like that you can get, because that's how this bar is in international waters. You're in Hermes territory now, buddy.
Oid, you can mass buy drugs here, smuggle them off the ship, and sell them later.
Well, yeah. Or do you follow up on the Malfu clan's contact on the ship, or do you just
Of course.
Okay, so you ask around for Zhao, and pretty quick you're told where to go, and you are escorted by Zhao to the cargo hold, and you are brought to a cargo container. He then which is underneath his jacket. So the guards here are all dressed in kind of like waiters, basically. The crew are all look like waiters. So they have like the tailcoat like dress jackets and like the button-down shirts and the bow ties. Women have nice short skirts and the guys have the black slacks. And he comes into the jacket, pulls out a key, undoes the padlock, and he opens up the cargo container and reveals it is full of several pallets of various kinds of narcotics.
Interesting.
And he's like, the boss told me to give you, free reign of this. This is an extra stock on top of the boat's normal drug supply. So nobody will miss this stuff if it happens to end up in the pockets of some rich people.
All right.
And then he leaves you. He hands you the key to the cargo container, and then he leaves.
All right. Cool.
So you're now a proud co-owner of a cargo crate full of drugs. various kinds too. It's not just like all cocaine or something. There's a bunch of different stuff in here.
Hey, you know what? That ain't a bad deal.
Yeah. So yeah, Lloyd does that. So yeah, Cairo, you head to the bar and stuff, and when you get into international waters, they will gladly provide you with narcotics, which for you is free because you're a VIP.
Hey,
Like the rest of
look
us.
at that.
So like up to a certain amount of like drink and drug is all free. So yeah, you get like a nice joint or whatever. You meander around.
Well, I'm gonna get a few.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you get a few. You walk around, chat people up, talk to people, get the lay of the land. Knox, what are you doing on your first day?
Probably food. Much needed bath in the oversized bath for one per. Is it the corner bath?
Well, it's
Is
like
that what it
a
is?
huge what it was like hot tub, like corner, big corner
Like,
hot tub bath. Well, the
yeah.
jets of water that like massage you. You know.
Yeah. I'm just sitting in
great.
the corner. I'm like, man. Only thing that could top
All
this
we
off
had-
if someone walks through the door and I go bang.
You just gun them down. Just
And all we had to do for this is kill a guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did have to find those spies first. This was 2 jobs in the making, to be fair.
Hey, you know what? That was the easy part.
True. So yeah, Knox, you take a nice long bath. I should also note, they do offer massage therapy. But that's like room service. Like they have a massive VIP room service menu, by the way. You can order pretty much whatever you possibly think of, name it, and they'll provide it.
Free?
Up to a point, yes. So if you order I'm gonna order 18,000 bottles of vodka, I'd be like, all right, you gotta pay for that, buddy. But
Okay,
you
but
know.
if I ordered hot women massage therapy,
yes, that
I'm
is
fine.
that is free. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think for you, actually, when you asked about that, the room service, woman behind the receptionist, to be like, "Oh yes, Mr. Xanthorpe provided an appointment for you. I believe he, scheduled that for later this evening or whatever."
Oh.
Saying he specially requested that you receive this service. Basically, he called it.
Is that what's getting to my heart?
Yeah, bro. And the receptionist is he signed you up for the deluxe pleasure package, by the way. So, how about to look forward to?
Bro,
We're talking pleasure stim in the thigh.
Yeah, we're talking. Well, no, yeah, you'll see. You'll see what that the deluxe package offers.
Bro, just surrounded by women as a women. Oh,
I mean, hey,
living
man,
every
they'll get you
every
whatever you
person's
want.
dream.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. So if I have time to play golf beforehand, I'm
Yeah, you
doing
do.
that. I'm telling you, my goal on this boat is at least to beat every old couple in golf.
All right, so you can make me an agility check, and I'm gonna make a contesting agility check. So add 1d10 plus your agility, and I add 1d10 plus the old man agility, which is like a 4.
Oh, I got a 9.
Yeah, no, you
Golf with
definitely
a
win.
minus. Golf with a -1 handicap.
So yeah, you definitely beat your first old couple in golf, and they're like, oh, aren't you a little bit poor for this part of the ship?
Aren't you a little bit old for this ship?
Wow,
Oh my god.
cold as ice.
I turned to them and I'm like, sorry, loser.
And he's like, oh, come on, Martha, we'll go to the
Tell that
bar.
to my perfect 0 handicap.
Perfect game, all hole in ones.
The whole way, the whole vacation, every time, all hole-in-ones are like, how is she doing this? And I'm like,
I should note that I do have locations for all of the different modules on the boat. So the golf course is on the top deck, in the central, the middle of the top deck, and it is a full-size golf course. It's not it's a huge full golf course.
In
with like,
Cairo's first date, I'm gonna inquire this:
mm-hmm.
is there a fight club?
A fight club.
Maybe. I mean,
Hmm.
an illegal one probably in the poor district if they were like that poor.
No, I don't think there would be. That I think would be a bit too sketch for them. They don't want to get sued for physical damages. There is like skeet shooting and drum racing, all that stuff for you though. Plenty of other things.
Actually, I just realized this boat is big enough. I said poor district.
I mean, it is. Yeah, there is like, okay. So how it goes, right? So the upper decks are VIP lounges and suites. Then the middle deck is most of the activities, the buffets, all that stuff. The lower deck is the normal person quarters. And then the deck below that, which is below the water line, is the crew and like the cargo hold, the engine bay, all that stuff.
Is there like a bar on the lower deck?
There is an all-you-can-eat buffet and a hibachi grill on the bottom deck. The buffet would sell alcohol.
Bro, group
I'm looking for like a
hibachi?
sit and chill bar.
Okay.
I guess I'll go to like one of the nice bars then. I'm trying to meet ladies.
All right. Yeah, you do so. Most of the women in the VIP section are either married or like workaholics, so they won't give you much time
Fair
in the day.
point.
But the more middle class folks that are, they saved up for months to afford this trip, they're more open to such things. But yeah, that's you guys. Oh wait, are you going to do anything in particular? Or are you just going to go around and sell?
Peddle drugs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go around the ship and see if any of the rich folk want to offer Hermes' special reserve.
The Hermes priority reserve narcotics. Yeah, I mean, pretty much every rich guy you ask will say yes because they're not dumb. So yeah, you pretty quickly start selling a lot of your stock. Most of the the cocaine and the more like upper stuff because they're rich people. In your trip, let's see who's going. Okay, you're going to the golf course. Okay, yeah. So you go to rich people, sell them the drugs. They pay you. It's pretty good. That's day 1. Day 2. What are you doing?
Whoa. What about my
Oh yeah, true. Your
scheduled
evening appointment.
multi-layer pleasure plus
Yeah.
massage?
So after you get back from golf, it's late in the evening. You go out to dinner and stuff. If you guys all wanted to get together for dinner, you could do hibachi or something. Then you guys can do hibachi. That's up to you. Bonus does not care. But yeah, so after you guys get dinner, Knox, you go back to your room, and it's all decorated, and there's mood lighting, and there's rose petals everywhere. And
Bro, Careless Whisper better be on.
of course, what other song could you possibly be playing? And then there are probably 2 women and 1 dude, all of whom are supernaturally beautiful. They are kind of waiting there for you patiently, and there is the massage table and stuff, set up in the living room basically of your suite.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Lord, take me now.
you go through that. They do pump you full of pleasure stimulants, by the way, as part of the package. So basically, you were on cloud 9 for a solid 4 hours, just you could not possibly be any happier. I think this would probably be sure. Even you're a Codian, right? So drugs don't generally have an effect on you, so they give you several doses. So you're just tripping balls. Every movement, you can taste color and it tastes great. That's the kind of mindset you're in for this whole experience.
Purple
Amazing
tastes
massage.
like grapes.
Yeah. They give you the whole package. So the whole evening you are occupied and blast
Bro.
the entire time. You think it's like you reach nirvana, basically. It's about as good as you could possibly get in
telling you, that
K4.
Hermes guy.
He knows his stuff, man. I'm telling you, he knows his way. He knows his way around player stimulants, all right? He used to be the head of drug delivery for Hermes, so he knows his way, you know?
I'm telling you, if he's not expecting poontang, then I don't know what he's expecting.
Yeah.
Well, technically,
also,
you could call him.
you could.
Dude, I'll call him during the massage. I'll be like, have you ever tasted purple before?
He's like, he chuckles and he's like, I see you got my extra gift.
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, then, if you like the stimulants and the massage, then I'm sure you'll appreciate what I told the massage therapist to do to you afterwards.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm sending you a video.
Hey, you know
my
what? If
God.
Cairo can get lucky, he's gonna send him a video of something.
I think he would block your number if you did that, to be honest. He'd be like,
He'd be
no,
like,
not
"Yo,
from
look at
you.
this babe." He's like, yo, look at this babe I got. It's like, why?
Why? He was like, nice, bro, but not the video not necessary, man. Photo
No,
would be
because Cairo
fine.
would just text him, be like, "Hey, bro, you want to see something cool?"
God. So yeah, Zinthorpe was like, yeah, no, you'll appreciate the extra gift, and you do very much so. They know their way around every potential possibility. Every
Travis.
zone.
yeah, just between that and the stimulants and everything else. Yeah, you
Fuck
probably
yeah.
could not possibly be any more pleased of a state.
You've just got to be careful because, like, you know, if you start twitching, then you accidentally kick someone. You can kick them through a wall.
No, is that combat stimulants? Well, yeah. Actually, no, he's a coding. He could, yeah. Yeah, you're no
Yeah.
longer aware of your own like strength, so you could
Oh
like
my
smack somebody
God.
and like break their neck or something.
Bro, the moment of climax is like just. I was like, ah.
Yeah, snaps
Kill
his.
all three of
he
them.
gets- muscle twitches, kills everybody in the room.
I
yeah,
wake
it is,
up, it's like, damn.
It is like for sure
Is there?
peak, absolute peak of
So-
like life
so-
experience.
During the night, like that night, I think Cairo's gonna get like an audiobook version of Sun Tzu's Art of War and order a similar package, but one that also does it for bionics.
Mm.
Not like massaging them or anything, but like maintenance and whatnot, and like, you know,
Yeah, they
keeping
have-
them in top shape and polish and all that.
Yeah, they have a technician.
But like a
and stuff.
similar massage, but not on that level.
Yeah. Yeah, they have like a bionic technician and stuff, like Ripper Doc and stuff on the boat that will come in and clean you up and get the like the rust and replace like frayed wires and like rusting pistons and stuff to keep you nice
Loosen
and
up them joints.
yeah, lubrication of the joints and everything. Make sure that you're in tip top shape. Bonus will also get that because
While
he
I-
needs a nice recalibration.
While I simultaneously have a small Asian woman walking on my back.
Sure, yeah. You have the gnome package. So yeah, okay. Yeah, so you get that. It is nice. They don't pump you full of player stimulants unless you order that. But
No.
your joints definitely feel much nicer, a lot more fluid afterwards.
Well, I mean, while this is all going on, Kara would also be smoking a smoke leaf joint.
Yeah, so you're still
Which is-
feeling nice and relaxed after the stress of almost having a gang of cyber ninjas chase after you in the middle of the street like a day ago.
See, normally I'd be worried if the small woman standing on my back is a cyber ninja hired by the guy.
Yeah, she just like puts a knife in your brainstem and kills you instantly. Also, it is rent time, so I'm gonna get rid of that extra 1,000 colors for everybody. But yeah, so Oi, what do you do day 2? You know?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna do my due diligence as a good member of society and hit the dance floor.
All right, you hit the dance floor.
Asking people if they want to buy drugs.
Okay, yeah. So you keep doing that. You dance. You party it up. You know, it's pretty great. You are a spectacular dancer, being that you are an infiltration android. So, you can like break dance with the best of them. So yeah, pretty great. The rest of you, day number 2.
Day number 2. I think what Cairo's gonna do in the morning is stop by Bonus's quarters and
Right.
check on his new arm.
Yeah. Okay. So you
Because they can like tune it up and everything,
Yeah.
but I know how to calibrate.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you wake up and you go to Bonus's room, and you walk into like the suite and stuff, and he has disassembled his deagles on his coffee table and is like reassembling them, like maintaining them, and he's going around, doing that stuff. He's in his Hawaiian button-down shirt, in his cargo shorts.
And I'd walk in with like a small basket of fruit and like my maintenance kit.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. Yeah, like I got the little bit of an extra tune-up on my older arm last night, but
Yeah, but
calibration
that's
still
not
needed.
calibration.
Yeah.
All right, sit. Drop the weapon parts, please.
And he just like quickly puts the gun back together, and then he puts it to the side, and yeah, you calibrate his arm. Pretty easy.
So what Cairo's gonna do is he's gonna flick his helmet forward.
Mm.
And he's gonna start fine tuning joints. And after he sets a certain calibration, he's gonna put an apple in Bonus's hand and say squeeze.
Yeah, he squeezes it and it explodes. It just poof.
Oh, too much. He's gonna try and lower it a little bit, and he's gonna say, "All right, lift your hand."
All right, he lifts it. It's fine.
All right, maybe one notch higher on the shoulder joints to get a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. Can I make an intelligence check to give him a perfect tune?
Sure.
All right. What's the threshold on this? What do I need to get to give him a perfect tune? Anything
Perfect.
passing?
Yeah, just a pass.
Oh, cool. I got an 8.
Yeah, it's definitely good. So yeah, you give him a great tune-up. You definitely calibrate everything. It works just as fine as his other properly calibrated arm. It takes you like half an hour, 45 minutes at max.
All right. Your other arm should be just as good as your other arm.
You're like, all right, yeah, thanks.
No more helicoptering off into the distance.
Like, yeah, let's hope so.
Then he gets a second arm.
And I'm gonna turn to him and be like, "Oh yeah, you can keep the fruit."
And he kind of like picks up like one of the apples, and he kind of like he like smacks it against his like bionic mask, and it like obviously doesn't do anything, and he's like, great. And he puts it back down and stuff, and he goes back to
Thumbs up,
maintaining
buddy.
his stuff. Yeah, he gives you a thumbs up, and he goes back to maintaining his weapons.
And then I guess I'll put my toolkit back and take Ankh with me to do some shuffleboard. Time to
Sick.
own these old timers.
Exactly, bro. You gotta.
I
own
am setting the record for shuffleboard points on this boat.
All right, and I think we can leave it off there. The beginning of the second day of your vacation.
Can I make the roll for the shuffleboard?
Sure, give me an agility check.
All right. That's a 7.
Nice. So yeah, you pretty handily beat most of the old folks.
Next on my list is ping pong, but that's all the time we have for today. If you like what you're seeing, you know what to do. Give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time on Quest for the Core.